Welcome back to the channel and part 2 of my NC500, and we're in Durness. We're going to have a look around Durness before we head east, and this film is going to cover the north coast right along to John O'Groats. So that's Ballinakeel on our left there, so you'll notice that's a kind of craft village now. There's a really good hot chocolate cafe in there, Cocoa Mountain, so go in there, but you want to go here first. So this is Faraid Head, an absolute stunning peninsula, and the water looks really tempting, lovely green water, but believe me, it's be absolutely freezing even in summer. So across on it to the west of us is Cape Wrath, where we passed the ferry earlier. That's where you get the minibus out to the lighthouse, or you can cycle. So the road end here is car park. You can park up and you can walk out the peninsula. So I can't recommend enough you camp at Durness, because the campsite's stunning on the cliff tops. If you get the weather, it's beautiful. Get yourself down here, take yourself a walk out along this beach, and it's amazing what you'll find, because at the end of that beach a concrete road starts through the dunes. It's often sand covered, but it takes you out right out on the top. Amazing views. And yeah, so I'll just park up here and let you soak up the atmosphere of the Atlantic coming in here. So the dunes here are some of the highest in the UK, and if you look close enough on the top, right in the top, you'll see a building. So it's actually, this is what the concrete road goes to. It goes to an MOD lookout post, and that's because here in the bay is the only live fire bomb range in the UK where £1,000 bombs are out to be dropped, and that's their target, Inchgarvie Island. So if you get up here in May and June, July, you'll get the thrift, that pink flower. It's beautiful, and all you'll hear is skylarks and the odd bomb and the odd typhoon if they're on. Can't imagine, recommend enough coming up here though on a fat bike if you've got one. So back behind me is the ruins of a church, Ballinakeel Church, and the story of this is quite mad. So in the ruin is a tomb of a Donald McMurtry, and he's a notorious highwayman who murdered and robbed 18 people. He then funded the church a year later in his life, and he was buried there. So it says 1619 on the tomb there. So this used to be really quiet in here before the North Coast 500, and I think a lot of the people here probably struggle to get through the winter with their craft businesses, but it'll be a boom town now. So it's kind of like our retail village at Fenton Barns in East Lothian, the former RAF Trem buildings, the same layout and stuff. So park up and have a walk round, get yourself a hot chalk and have a walk round, have a look round and spend some money, and that's what the North Coast is all about, helping out, putting some money into the small businesses. So I'm having a putt round. Now obviously I'm on a lightning tour of this, because we'll be back up on four wheels with bicycles and watercrafts of paddleboard and bits and bobs. So we'll be out playing around and we'll be in here. So yeah, nice wee place though. Okay, up on the hill in front of us, that's the campsite, and really good campsite. It can be breezy though. More area buildings here. So I'll show you why all these buildings were built, including Balnakeil, which is now the craft village. And down here is something really cool. I'm going to stop and get something to eat first, and then show you another reason you want to stay around Durness for a day and have a look round. Managed to get a bit out of the wind to sit and have some lunch and soak up that sea view. Here's an aerial picture looking down near where I'm sitting, and you can see that big sort of canyon going in. Well, this is what's at the end of it. This is Smoo Cave, which is cool. It's free to go in, but you can pay and go on a wee dinghy right up underneath, a wee tour. The guy will tell you all about it. I would do that if you're up here. It's worth the walk down. What a place though. So on the east side of Durness, as you're leaving, you'll start to see military buildings, and you pull in, you get parked up, you can go walk around what the remains of a chain home radar, which was Sango Bay chain radar. This is the most northerly one on the coastline of Britain. That suicidal sheep there. Off back to his lambs, or her lambs. So yeah, it's worth having a wee look round. Just pull on to have a look around here because the roads are so windy and there's a lot of traffic. Stunning little bays though. So we're going to get going, leaving Durness and we're heading east, and we're going to pass the deepest sea loch in Scotland next. So this is Loch Eriboll. This is another. This is another place I'll leave a link to a previous blog post that I wrote with a lot of information about around here and what happened at the end of World War II. I wonder how many pictures have been taken of this wee island with the lime kilns on it. Quite fascinating, isn't it? So, what else happened here? At the end of World War II, there was 33 German U-boats surrendering, came in. The reign of terror over. But you'll have watched the amazing TV series Das Boot. You can't actually imagine being in those things. The sea wolves, but the Reigns of Terror were finished. That was it. Yep, brave men that were in those ships. Going to drive the NC500. You want to do it in a bit of class and style though. Look at this past.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's the real way to drive the Highlands in a real car.
I couldn't afford to do that in my Willis Jeep though, at 20 to 25 to the gallon. Be good fun though. So there's our old hardcore touring cyclist. You've got to hand it to the boys on the push bikes up here, like. And they get the campsites at the end of the day, not far behind us lot. Impressive. So we're rolling across the causeway now across to Tongue. And there's a campsite there as well. Now again, as with the first film, the first link will be for that good website with all the campsites. And as I said, try and always phone ahead and double check in case they're full. And also check that I have got tent space if you're camping on two wheels, because some of them are only doing camper vans now. That's because they'll get more money for the same size pitch with an electric plug-in probably. So yeah, there's the causeway down there we just came across. So we're heading up now for Betty Hill. Made famous with the Highland clearances. There's a lot of people had to settle up there. And then up here you see, being more infertile, the greedy landowners that wanted the rich ground for sheep farming were interested up here. Folks had to go eke out a living elsewhere. Sad bit of our history. Has a silver lining though, and for many who took the option to emigrate to America, Canada, they found their fortunes and prospered, so good on them. So be careful on these sections of roads where you'll see it's dual carriageway, then switches to single track back to dual, as you can see at the side. Pretty rough if you have to pull it to the side, so take care of stuff like that. So this is Betty Hill, beautiful big beach, great summer destination for folk, a lot of history about Betty Hill. Stop in when you come through here, get off the bike and have a look around. There's a lot of history boards and stuff, get a cup of tea, whatever. So heading east from Betty Hill, you'll notice we're getting onto wider, straighter roads now. This is kind of part of the course now all the way along to John Groats. This is where the boys on the big motorbikes go a bit daft sometimes, but you've got to be careful all the time up here. Anyway, the weather's not been brilliant today, spitting, but it's not actually raining, so can't really complain. Just annoying to get on the camera. Yeah. And there's Dunray nuclear power station. Still getting deactivated, I guess the word is. I'm not quite sure what they call it, but anyway, aye, nothing to worry about that place, is there? So Yeah, not much else to add. I'll just pull in and get a photo here. So looking straight ahead, you can see the runway from the original World War II airfield that was here, which was Fleet Air Arm. There's the actor there. But why is there that on the beach? I wonder why. Eh? Nothing worried about the government say. Anyway, heading in now, we'll see some of the famous Caithness stone, the flagstones that they use for walling. And Thurso, quite a big town. Campsite here as well, Aldi, get all your food and supplies, plenty to get stocked up with here. Fast roads here, you watch local drivers do drive really quick. So we're going to turn off for the famous Dunnet Head. So first of all we've got this beautiful big sandy beach. Massive sand dunes again right behind it. Popular campsite at the far end. It's caravan and camping campsite, which I don't ever go to because too many rules and regulations for me. Gates shut at 8 o'clock at night and all that nonsense. If you're on holiday, I can totally get people need to get to sleep, they're tired, but at 8 o'clock at night when it's light till 11, don't think so. Anyway, make your choices where you're going to camp if you're camping. Far from General Groats now. First of all, we're going to turn off for Dunnet Head. Fascinating place as well. Clifftop, big lighthouse, and something else I can point out to you. There was radar stuff up here as well. Obviously, anywhere that was a high point had lookout stuff, and there's a car park and we'll park up there. So Dunnet Head actually lighthouse is classed as the most northerly lighthouse. So it's not General Groats but here. And as we walk up the hill and you can have a great viewpoint, we'll take a wee wander up and I'll show you some stuff. So there's obviously a transmitter up here, probably just for naval communications. Now I stuck the camera inside this vent. Look how clean that building is inside. Minted. So, do you know what this is on top of here? I do, because I've been in this. And I'll be going in here again when I return. The tool you get called a Scottish T key that opens that. Now you need to click on the link below for Dunnet Head and you'll see what's in there. You'll be amazed if you don't know about the Royal Observer Corps monitoring posts from the Cold War. That's what that is. So look at that height of those cliffs. You can see how bird watchers come up here, there's a lot to watch. Fantastic though. So let's head for John O'Groats. Time for the obligatory picture, join the queue. And a nice bit of cake or a cup of tea. That's what you call a war rig. Look at that camper. Ready for the apocalypse. Right, let's cruise on and we'll head for Duncan Bay Head, and that'll be the end of this film. We'll be turning east after that and going down the east coast. Another ROC post here as well. So there we go, heading south down there. So I'm going to leave this here and we'll see you in part 3 for the east coast. So thanks for watching. Check on the links below, you'll find them useful for things to go and look at when you're up here between here and Durness. Okay, thanks for watching, take care and bye for now.